Kevin Stefanski, also at the Browns golf outing, talked just about Elijah Moore and how his role in this new offense will change a little bit.
Yeah, I think evolving is a great word. I think he's getting better as a player. We're lining him up in different spots. He has the mental ability to line up in different spots. There's some newness, I'd say, that we're excited about for Elijah. But, I look back at his last year with us and some of the big plays he made for us. And as you know, he got a ton of opportunity in that Jets game with Amari going out, and he's having a great game, and he got injured. So I think he's somebody that knows that there's more there, but I don't want to be dismissive of a really good year that he just had.
And I know you guys were trying him in a bunch of different spots early last year. Did you learn anything about him in particular?
For sure, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's our job as coaches. You try things in camp, and then you try it in the games, and then sometimes you expand those roles. Sometimes you pivot in those roles. So definitely we learned more about Elijah over the course of the season, and he's very vocal. He'll communicate with me and with the coaches and kind of say what he's seeing. So he's been a great partner.
And Tim, that's another guy. There's stuff there that you got to unlock. It's similar to Jerry Jeudy. Both of those guys can play significantly better than they have in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's the challenge of Ken Dorsey, is making sure you can maximize all the moving parts of the offense. And we saw flashes of what Elijah Moore is. I think obviously early in last season, I think he was misused, kind of trying to make him Deebo Samuel, when the reality is that's just not kind of the player Elijah Moore is. Deebo Samuel, I don't want to use the term unicorn, but there's so many. He's just got such a unique build for a wide receiver that's why you can use him in those certain ways. But then using Elijah Moore much more differently than in the second half of the season, particularly with Joe Flacco, I think really that opened his game up a little bit. He seems like a guy that could be really dangerous after the catch, and I'm fascinated where he's going to go now that he's got another year in Cleveland, more comfortability with his quarterback, his offensive line, his fellow receivers. Now that he's more comfortable, and obviously in the last year of his rookie contract, certainly he's going to have a point to prove. Like I mentioned with the choice routes earlier, I think he's got a chance to really excel in that because of his speed and his ability to change directions pretty quickly. So this has a chance, I think, to be a pretty good year for Elijah Moore to build on what he did a year ago.